Let me ask you guys a question. How good do you think you are at Battle Royale? You ever won a game without using any weapons? Well, you have. Well, have you ever won without even building anything? Well, if you have, that's actually crazy, and I applaud you for being that skilled because I know that there's no way I'm going anywhere close to top 5 without using at least 200 pieces of wood per battle that I get into with someone. But enough talking about how good you may be. I'm so good that I've won a game by hiding in a bush the entire time. I know. Save the applause. I know I'm the best Fortnite player because of this small act alone, sitting in a bush. This is some next level stuff, guys. Okay, that clip might have been from a while ago when I first started playing, and there's no skill in that. But anyways, it doesn't actually matter how good you think you may be, or how you've won a game without shields, or how many solo victory royales you've gotten in squads, because the people I'm going to be showcasing in today's video are probably 1,000 times better anyways. So with that said, let me get into today's video, which is showcasing my opinion of the top 10 best Fortnite Battle Royale YouTubers and streamers. Now, I tried my best to include some of the lesser known players on this list, but because I know there's players out there with raw talent that simply no one knows, I think that it would be close to impossible to include all of them, and so I'm also going to be looking at the stream quality or how good a YouTuber's videos are on this list and those types of things. So feel free to comment down below any great players that I don't know about, but onto the number 10 spot. Number 10, Dr. Lupo. So for the number 10 spot, we've got Dr. Lupo. He has a channel with almost 400k subscribers, and he also has a Twitch where he streams Fortnite quite often. Lupo is pretty quick when it comes to building and usually gets tons of eliminations per game. He's gotten kills ranging from 20 to even 30 a game, which is pretty freaking impressive. I'd be lucky if I got 10 kills in one game, but managing 30, that's pretty good. Just getting tons of kills doesn't mean you're an amazing player though, but Lupo actually is, as he also builds pretty strategically and knows how to win victory royales quite often, and you'll notice he's always showcasing his mouse perspective to kind of guide players. Same goes for his series Dome Shot University, really breaking down what players he kills did wrong so that other players watching his stream can learn from their mistakes. Lupo's not really much of a jokester, but his skills are what the people come for, and I feel like I learn something every time that I watch. And more importantly, he sets a good example for the kids because he's a family man. Number 9, Nick A30. So for the next player on this list, we've got Nick A30, who's a Canadian Fortnite player, which you could probably pick up from his name. This guy has almost 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and he live streams Fortnite gameplay every single day. Whenever he does, he always manages to pick up tons of kills and wins. Now, Nick is actually one of the fastest builders that I've seen, and not only that, but he's insanely fast at getting kills and headshots especially. His accuracy is usually right on point. From trick-shotting with impulse grenades to peekabooing through windows, this guy is not only amazing at eliminating enemy players, but he also loves to do so in fun ways like trapping players in boxes, making him not only an awesome player in general, but also an entertaining player to watch. The thing with this is that he messes with players' endgame so much that he's actually learned to incorporate traps into his gameplay very well with his quick edits. His energy most streams is basically just jokes with his poor references, followed by inhumanly perfect executions of jokeably unlikely and innovative dumb things that you could do but should not in games. And he actually successfully uses these dumb things to take people out, like building a straight up stairway to heaven and then launch padding down without even getting shot down. He does a lot of unnecessary silly stuff in his streams just to show you how good he is and just to make the stream more fun, and his snipes are pretty consistent, so as an entertainer, he and his skills make his streams pretty great. But I will say his true demise is probably the memes. He memes so often that when he tries to focus and play against good players, he will often try to meme on them and get burned as a result, but a beast nonetheless. Number 8, High Distortion. Next up, we've got High Distortion, who's at 200k subs on YouTube and has a Twitch where he streams Battle Royale. Now, Distortion's been a pretty good player in many other games, including Overwatch, so it's not a huge surprise that when he came over to Fortnite that he started to just be an absolute beast. Like the other players on this list, he's great at building and a really strategic player. He's also real quick and knows how to move around to get behind his enemy each and every time. He's also able to get those high kill games so often where he's getting 20 to sometimes even kills in the 30s. And I have to say, High Distortion has pulled off some of the craziest pushes I've ever seen. This guy is a brute at executing exactly what he sets out to do, and he's very keen. He's got a sharp eye, and he does it so smoothly that you can't help but support the guy. Now, ironically, I once got in a building battle with the guy, and I raged, of course, because usually not many people can challenge me when I turbo build, and he just kept going higher and higher and up and up and up. And at that moment, once he built over me after I built like a madman, I was just like, who is this man, and how can he build faster than me? This is a guy you do not want want to end up playing against. He's one of the best with the shotgun, and he's a great builder, and those build battles, he's just so smart in. Number 7, Dakotas. As for the next guy on this list, we've got Dakotas, who's not known for his building, although he is pretty creative with it. He's got over 1.5 million subscribers on YouTube, and he also has a Twitch where he live streams for his fans. This guy is amazing at everything, but especially his snipes, which I'll add that they do in fact talk about. Sniping is so hard in a game like Fortnite, but it just seems so natural to Dakotas, which is honestly mind-blowing. He's able to win just about 25% of his games, which is unbelievable, and that's because he knows how to position himself, how to build strategically and insanely fast. And the sniper timing, his sniper timing is just wonderful. Dakotas is not only one of the best players, but he also has very entertaining Fortnite videos, and is probably one of the most creative players out there. And while he can be bested at close range a lot of times, when it comes to him in a SCAR or him in a sniper, you really don't stand a chance against him. But the level of entertainment value he brings to the table is truly what I think makes him one of the best Fortnite players on YouTube and Twitch. Number 6, 7us. For the next guy, we've got a guy who's not as popular as the other guys on this list, but trust me, this guy is a monster. He's actually the #1 player in the Netherlands. This guy has gotten around 1,400 solo wins, which is absolutely mad. Most people don't even have around 100 solo wins or 100 wins combined in general, but for someone to have over 1,000 wins, this alone just says a lot already. He's got such a high win-to-loss ratio, over 60% winning percentage, giving him the best win rate. And he's more on the cautious side, but that doesn't mean he can't get aggressive and destroy when he needs to. The guy has mad skills, which is why he's able to win so often, and why he has to be one of the best Fortnite players. Number 5, Daquan. You guys have heard of Daquan as the best shotgunner in the game from all the different double pump videos, but the double pump isn't what Daquan was all about, as he's insanely skilled at Fortnite with or without it. Daquan is so confident and aggressive, which is exactly why he's so good at the game and gets such high kill games. As inventor of the iconic "What Do You Mean?", he's managed to not only get games in around 20 to 30 kills, but even almost 40. That's actually unbelievable that he's almost killed half of a battle royale player base. I can't believe that this man has changed the shotgunning meta in Fortnite so many times too. He's not only the best shotgunner, but one of the best players in Fortnite overall. You know those sketchy edit cubby battles you get into when no one wins the battle at first? Well, you do not want to be in one of those with Daquan, because if he gets in front of you or next to you with his shotgun, it really is over. This guy's got every shotgun trick in the book memorized. Number 4, Lolito Fidesz. For the number 4 spot, we've got the Spanish Fortnite player Lolito, and he's got almost 2.5 million subscribers on YouTube and also streams over at Twitch. This guy is honestly broken good when it comes to solo games, and he has pinpoint accuracy. He's not only able to get high kill games, but he's even got high headshot kill games as well, which is even more impressive as he's able to get around 10 headshots at a time. I feel like when it comes to this guy's accuracy and headshots, this guy is like painting a masterpiece with his brush or controller. I love seeing this guy play, as I feel as though I'm learning just from watching him boss players in Battle Royale. Even to the other players on this list, guy's playstyle is not only confident and composed, but you feel like when he sees someone, time freezes. He has like extra time to process what to do, because every decision is so seamless, quick, and the accuracy is like human aimbot. Number 3, Tfue. As for the number 2 spot, we've got a FaZe Fortnite player by the name of Tfue. Now, Tfue has got over 300,000 fans on YouTube and also streams on Twitch. Like all the other guys, he's got mad skills when it comes to build battles and shows no mercy in close-up combat. But I think what makes Tfue what many describe as the best Fortnite player in the world is how patient he is. All of his fights, you'll see that there's a certain level of precision and care that he puts into his fighting style that really illustrates how focused he is at all times in battle. Him and the rest of the FaZe guys have amazing chemistry and know just how to own a game in Battle Royale, and it's no wonder why FaZe picked him up to their team. I mean, his snipes and accuracy with a SCAR, aka the king of crap spread, is even consistent with a gun that is RNG based. How can you be consistent with an RNG based gun? I'd like to state that this should not be possible, but he makes it seem like it is. Now, the reason I'm not putting Tfue at number 1 is because, well, firstly, he's not the most entertaining streamer despite his history with H1 and him being one of the greatest Fortnite players of all time. And also, I don't believe that he's really recovered nearly as many times as the other 2 on this list. So when it comes to realizing your problems, I don't think that he's as good at adapting as the others. Number 2, Myth. There was no way I wasn't going to include Myth somewhere in the top 3 of this list. So up next, that's exactly who we have. Now, I think that as both an entertainer and a player, Myth deserves number 2 on every list. Myth has over 2 million subscribers on YouTube and also has a big following on Twitch where he streams often. As an entertainer, I think he's hilarious. I mean, he's basically Steve Urkel. He's a part of TSM and definitely deserves it as he's just so good at this game, but it's not just his skill that makes him so good, it's his ability to adapt to situations. The thing that Tfue cannot do quite as well. For example, Tfue might be a perfect player, but when he messes up, he might not be as quick at realizing his problems. And if someone has an extreme advantage over Tfue, Tfue might give up, as where I would describe Myth as someone that never gives up. He never gives up a fight. Even when he's got 5 HP, he is still 100% in it. And I myself am guilty of losing it. Like, when I'm low health, I just kind of give up in my head. And part of me fights a little bit, but at the same time, you know that you're 4 HP. But Myth, he's still at 110% at this 4 HP level. He is a mega mind, always realizing his mistakes, always calling himself out on it, never giving up on himself, and correcting everything that he makes, every mistake. The reason he's so good at correcting his mistakes is because he's level-headed, a quality that many of the pro players fail to have. Myth is such an insanely good builder and knows exactly when to push and be aggressive and when not to be. The guy is so consistent when it comes to the execution of each of his strategies and has made plays that someone that's perfect could never do because they probably think that they're too risky or find them not possible or impossible. Myth is, in my opinion, the most creative builder, and every time we think we know the best strategy in Fortnite, you watch this guy and realize that there's more that building has to offer. This guy is constantly pushing the limits as far as building goes, and it's no wonder that this guy wins like it's nothing in Fortnite and is one of the most funny, level-headed engineers in this entire game. And in at the honorable mentions, I'm throwing in FaZe Jamek, who is not really a consistent player as far as kills and accuracy goes. Well, actually, no, that's not true. He is a consistent player. Just when you put him next to the others on this list, not quite as much. But I think I relate to this guy out of everyone the most because this man is the craziest builder in Fortnite. And emphasis on the word crazy. Every single move this man makes is a life-threatening fall damage gamble followed by an improbable recovery. I actually play extremely similar to Jamek, and the way that I think that both of us play is that we build first, think later. So it's not random. It's not truly random because you are tracking your movements as you go along. It's just that the decision comes after the movement. We kind of trust our instinct. It's not like we don't know what we're doing. We aim in one direction and build like a maniac, and we throw a bit of our building to probability. But we don't think about our decisions in the way that Ninja or Myth or Tfue might. We kind of just aim for where we want to go, do whatever is necessary to get there, and track our movements as we go along to see what our options are. And in many cases in Fortnite, doing something is better than standing there for a second or two. So speed can be everything in many cases. So where I think I myself and Zhao suffer the most is probably against controlled editors and accuracy. So people that kind of more carefully think about their building. Like, I think that this guy probably dies from falling damage more than other players kill him, because while Jamek has some epic aim, I think that in comparison to a lot of the others like Tfue, he really compensates for the lack of aim with building so intensely in different directions that you can't even think. You can't even think what's going on. You can't process what's happening in front of you. He literally puts up an empire in front of you, a building. You can't shoot down a structure because there's so much, and you can't shoot him because he's already got like 4 levels above you. And while Myth is the most innovative builder and is extremely creative, I think that this guy is by far the craziest and most creative builder in the world. Like I said, I think he suffers from the fact that he processes his movements a bit after he does them. I think that there's probably like a 1-second latency from the time he does something to the time he realizes what he's doing, but most times speed is enough. Number 1, Ninja. On the number 1 spot, we've got Ninja. Now, I really didn't want to put Ninja at number 1. Trust me, I didn't, but I feel like if I didn't, the dislike bar would instantly grow a red lightsaber. And although everyone refers to him as that, and everyone knows him as that and thinks that, I think the best Fortnite player is one of the more unknown players, or potentially even a player that I don't even know exists. But this list is also focusing on consistency as a streamer, and in my mind, there's no doubt that Ninja is the best streamer and YouTuber on Fortnite. He's got genuinely funny jokes, and the level of interaction that he has with his stream is just unmatchable. I mean, he's a creative inventor. I mean, every stream you watch something and you're like, you know what's going to happen. He's got his own slogans. He's even got, like, every time he throws a disco bomb at somebody, it's just disco, disco. Every time you see a bot in a game, you know it's going to be a Bambi meme. And the thing that I think I enjoy the most about Ninja is that he's not afraid of the criticism. Like, a lot of his jokes are really cringy, but the thing is, he doesn't care because he's having fun and he knows that he's a beast player. The man who united the rap and YouTube community. Okay, maybe not, but come on. He played freaking duos with Drake on a live stream. You can't argue that's pretty cool. That's not the only rapper he's played with, too, as he's also played with guys like Lil Yachty, Travis Scott. He's played with music producers like Marshmello, and I've seen a bunch of other artists that he's been playing with and kind of celebrities that he's been cross-promoting with ever since then. Ninja is not only the most popular Fortnite YouTuber with over 10 million subscribers, but he's also one of the best. He's ridiculously fast at building in combat, and he's able to execute everything in battle with little to no error. Like Myth, he's extremely level-headed, but the one reason I'm putting him above Myth in his clips is that he comes out with, by far, the most innovative game-winning kill cams, and he does this daily. It's really the consistency. The man literally craps epic Fortnite kill cams. From the impulses to the rocket riding yourself to the disco, every time something new comes out, every time a new feature comes out, this dude is reinventing the game and creating something fun, and he's really built this community, and I think that he's fueled a lot of the best players out there to do what they do in that sense. So in a lot of ways, I think he truly is the most important player in this community, which is the #1 spot he deserves. Not the best player, but the most important. And it's no wonder all these celebrities want to play with Ninja. You happy? Comment section, I got your Ninja at #1. I kid. He's a great player, but that's about it for the video. Let me know who your favorite Fortnite player is from watching these guys' clips on YouTube and streams. And this is the list I have compiled, but let me know if you think someone should have made it on the list or if someone should have moved up or down. This is my opinion. Like I said, you're free to disagree with it. Just don't hate on the video because you disagree. Did I miss anyone that you deserve to be on the list? Feel free to list your own top 10 versions of this list, and if you don't agree with my order. But anyways, that's all from me. Feel free to drop your own thoughts down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Drop a like down below if you've enjoyed. Have a great day, everyone. Oh, and make sure to join the Discord. The link for that is in the description. Also, live streams every Wednesday and Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And as always, stay
fantastic.